Access now.
Have access now. Okay, great. All right, go ahead, Liz.
Thank you. Shannon, if you don't mind going to the next screen. My name is Liz Kukla, and I'm the Secretary of the Board of Zoning Appeals, and I'm going to read the preamble for you this morning, December 6, 2021. In compliance with notification requirements of the city's open meeting law and section 101.021 of the codified ordinances of Cleveland, Ohio, 1976, notice of this meeting has been publicly posted. All boards and commissions under the purview of the City Planning Department conducts its meetings according to Robert's Rules of Order. Actions during the meeting will be taken by voice vote. Abstentions from any vote due to a conflict of interest should be stated for the record prior to the taking of any vote. In order to ensure that everyone participating in the meeting have the opportunity to be heard, we ask that you use the raise hand feature before asking a question or making a comment. The raise hand feature can be found in the participants panel on the desktop and mobile version and activated by clicking the hand icon. Please wait for the chair or facilitator to recognize you and be sure to select unmute and announce yourself before you speak. When finished speaking, please lower your hand by clicking on the raise hand icon again and mute your microphone. We will also be utilizing the chat feature to communicate with participants. Chat feature can be activated by clicking the chat button located on the bottom of the WebEx screen. Please note that call-in users can unmute by using *6. Next screen, Shannon. All meeting activity is being recorded via the WebEx platform. These proceedings are also being live streamed via YouTube for public view. We have provided a link to the meeting for those who wish to speak on a particular case via our website and email. All requests to speak on a particular matter have been considered. We have also received emails from those who have provided written comments on a particular matter. Back to you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Go ahead and call roll, please.
Sure. Ms. Faith? I can't remember if she was going to be present this morning or not. Ms. Barnes?
Barnes is here.
Ms. Brown?
Yeah,
she's here.
I don't see her name though.
Oh,
She put a message up that she couldn't unmute herself and was going to try to call in again. Or she couldn't hear, I'm not sure which.
Okay, Madam Chair, that means that we do not have a quorum. We cannot go forward until we have Ms. Brown.
If she's dialing in again, we will.
Right.
Just as a reminder for everybody to unmute yourself on a phone, it's *6.
Let me see my email.
Oh, that is poor Josh.
For anyone that's logging on now, we are waiting for a quorum. We have some technical difficulties this morning.
Is Terry Hamilton Brown?
Yes, this is Terry.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
All right, Madam Chair, we have a quorum.
Alrighty, Ms. Brown, you're here?
I'm here by my cell phone. I'm having a hard time joining you by WebEx, but I'll continue to try to dial in.
Okay, but you're able to see the screen and everything?
I am not yet able to see the screen, but I have the agenda.
Okay.
Oh, I see Ms. Faith is also here. Alana, can you hear us? I wonder if she's also having difficulties. Oh,
All right, well, we do have a quorum, and once Miss Faith gets on, I'm sure she'll let us know.
all right. Next slide, Shannon. I'm not sure if we have the description for these postponements on the next slide yet, but we do have two postponements this morning. Calendar 21-181, which you'll see on the screen. That's regarding 3733 East 65th Street. Romano, that's not easy for me to say, owner proposes to erect 7 residential units and 3 commercial units. And sorry, that's proposed to establish 7 residential units and 3 commercial units. The councilman is requesting a postponement to allow time for a community review. And Madam Chair, at your pleasure, we would like to put that on, or we can put it on January 24th.
No, that's fine.
All right. The next one, Madam Chair, is calendar number 21-188. We received the request for postponement this morning from the city planner, and this is regarding 11811 Shaker Boulevard. Shaker West Professional proposes to establish use as a mental health and substance abuse treatment center. And again, we have received a request from Marka Fields, the city planner, to postpone this case for further review by the community and the council person. And we can also put that on January 24th.
All right, sounds good.
Madam Chair, if we could also ask if the appellant is here, since we received this late this morning, I'm not sure if he or she is aware of this request.
Yes, if the appellant is here for the Shaker Boulevard case 21-188.
I see Ms. Stephanie Lewis. I believe that she is a contact person for this applicant.
Good morning. Hi, yes, we are not aware. This is our CEO, Jennifer Sherman. This is news to us today. If we can get a little more insight on what this means and how to move forward and how we arrived here. We're very surprised.
Sure,
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Thank
We
you.
notify the city and the council people of this hearing date. And often we get requests from the city planning commission or the council people to request a postponement for cases to allow time for the community to review and sometimes to have a separate community public meeting. So what I can do is email you the contact information for Ms. Marka Fields and also the councilman so that you can proceed with that request to meet with the community.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And we will get notice for January 24th the same way.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, absolutely.
and we are dismissed now.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Are those all the postponements, Ms. Kukla?
Yes, Madam Chair, that'll do it.
All right, we'll start with the first one, calendar number 21-180. Ms. Faith, are you with us or do I need to read this in? Okay, I thought I saw her.
Yeah, she's here. We can't hear you, Ms. Faith.
Okay, I'll go ahead and read it in while she's getting her audio together. All right, calendar number 21-180 at 2137 Murray Hill Road. 2137 Murray Hill Road LLC owner proposes to erect a 3-story frame, 2-family residence with 8 concrete parking spaces on the rear half of the lot in a C1 multifamily residential district. The owner appeals for relief from the strict application of the following sections of the Cleveland Codified Ordinances as listed in the agenda and on the public record. Right, Ms. Brown, are you able to swear people in?
Yes, if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, the screen.
Shannon, could you go to the next slide?
Thank you. I am swearing in all who are present for this case. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the whole truth and nothing but the truth? We ask that you raise your hand, you say I do, you state your name and your address, please. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Carmen Imarino. I'm one of the owners. Property address 12026 Mayfield Road, Cleveland, Ohio 44106. And I do.
Thank you.
I do. Kevin Oliver, 8923 Jackson Street, Menor, Ohio 44060.
I do. Ray Christosic, Little Italy Redevelopment Corporation, 12010 Mayfield Road.
I do. Donald Pettit, 601 Lakeside Avenue.
I
do. Jeff Shoykett, 2137 Murray Hill, LLC.
I do. Levita Parker, Councilman Griffin's executive assistant, 601 Lakeside, room 220, Cleveland City Council, Ward 6.
I do. Kim Scott, City Planning, 601 Lakeside Avenue, room 501.
Thank you all. Madam Chair.
Thank you. All right, we'll get the history of the property, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This property was originally zoned general retail in 1929. In 1984, it was changed to the current zoning of multifamily. In our Records Administration office, I found that in 1920, a permit was issued to erect a 2-story frame dwelling. There's one variance on file for this address in calendar 82-301. And that was in 1982. A variance was granted to convert the 1-story structure and two-car garage at the rear of the lot to a repair garage. And then in January of 2021, there was a certificate of disclosure issued stating that the authorized use of the property is as 2-family unit and a repair garage. And Madam Chair, just for clarification, the 1-story structure at the front of the building was not changed to the repair garage. That was to remain residential. So the rear building, the 2-car garage at the rear, was changed to repair shop by that variance 82-301. And that's all that I have, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Legal standard, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. Appellant is requesting area variances from the off-street parking, screening, and maximum gross floor area requirements of the zoning code. To obtain the area variances, appellant must prove that denying the request will create a practical difficulty not generally shared by other land or buildings in the same district, will deprive the appellant of substantial property rights, and that granting the variances will not be contrary to the purpose and intent of the zoning code.
Thank you. So who will be the spokesperson for this case?
Kevin Oliver from Oliver Architecture.
Okay, Mr. Oliver, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. I'm here with Carmen Amarino and Jeff Shoykett, who are the property owners, presenting the project at 2137 Murray Hill Road. It is a 2-family, as noted, frame structure, 3 stories, behind the existing 2-family structure on Murray Hill today. The bottom right photo is the view from the street looking back. The existing two-family structures to the right, the adjacent parcel, the brick masonry building is to the left, and the drive is between there. The other three photos are of the existing rear lot with the townhomes, the Edge Hill townhomes shown behind there. So today it is a parking lot of various materials and construction, asphalt, gravel, brick pavers, etc. Again, from this aerial site, the bottom left is Murray Hill. The existing residential structure is there, and you can see in the rear to the top right the parking area, and then the Edge Hill townhomes along the top there as well. Again, in the multifamily zone, and you can see the long, deep nature of the parcel here. So our proposal is for a two-family structure, which will be 3 stories. It'll have 2 units in it. The lower area will have brick masonry and precast concrete lintels with siding above and a front porch with stairs and access on it as well. If you go to the next slide here, this is the existing site plan. You can see the structure up front and kind of the mix of paving in the rear. Our proposed project goes towards the rear of this long, deep parcel here. Go to the next one, please. We are seeking relief from the coverage requirements as well as some of the setback requirements. We've located the new structure, having worked with the Little Italy Redevelopment Corporation, conversations with the neighbors to find the appropriate size and location for the new building, trying to provide enough parking for the community, as well as keeping enough distance spacing and massing to sort of stay in character with the rest of the neighborhood, as well as getting some functional use out of our property here. So we've got, oops, sorry, go back one, please. So the parking spaces are mainly between the two, the existing structure and the proposed new structure. It's 2 additional parking spaces at the rear. And then the existing structure up front, again, will remain as is with our residents at the back as well. Some of the floor plans showing the unit layouts. Basically, there's a 3-bedroom unit on the first floor, and then the second and third floors have a 4/5-bedroom unit. The 5th room could be a bedroom, but the intention, I believe, is also to market it as an office space or studio space of some kind. So it's effectively the same building type as the existing structure up front, which has 2 stories and then an inhabited roof space as well. These are the exterior elevations. Again, you can see the mix of brick masonry and siding proposed, single hung windows, landscaping around the property as well. And I think that might be it.
Right, thank you. Can you just address the variances directly, please?
Sure. So I guess the variance number 1, accessory uses placed on the rear half of the lot, a minimum of 18 inches from all property lines. We are more than 18 inches away from the side property lines. I guess the discussion of being on the rear half of the property, I think that we feel like we've discussed with the neighborhood and the community groups to locate the parcel so that we don't encroach on the Edge Hill townhomes all the way at the rear of the property. So one of the important parts in our discussions was to not push so far back that the density there is a burden to those parcels and properties, but to locate it such that it made sense given the configuration of this parcel and its adjacent parcels. As for item 2, for off-street parking spaces, our intention is to grade for proper drainage and drain water within the lot. There's 2 catch basins that exist currently on that site. Our intention is to rework as needed to comply with the requirements of drainage and draining within our lot. For item 3, screening for 5 more off-street parking spaces, we will propose adding a fence along the parking spaces to screen them from the adjacent properties to bring that into compliance. And as for item 4, we feel that given the configuration and depth of this parcel, that being able to get the best use out of it, we want to locate a new building that doesn't encroach on adjacent parcels or create too much density, but does allow for use of the property in a way that's beneficial to the community, provides housing, and is not surface parking there.
Okay, so my understanding is that you plan to address numbers 2 and 3. Do your current plan show that now, or you plan to address that at a later time?
We will address, they do not currently show them, we'll address them at a later time.
Madam Chair, this is Liz.
Yes.
I'm not sure if we have anybody from Building and Housing on the line here, but I think that number 3, regarding section 349.08 is still needed. I'm not sure that a fence can substitute the 4-foot wide landscape strip. I think he would still need a variance to swap those.
Yeah, okay.
Can you put the slide up with the site plan that shows the parking in relationship to the buildings? That one, thank you.
Are you able to see that, Member Brown?
I am. May I ask a question, Chair? Is there an easement to get to the parking in the back? I'm not sure.
Good morning, board. Hello. Hello. This is Chuck, Building and Housing.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. But
Okay,
Chuck, hold on 1 second. We had a zoning member speaking, so hold on 1 sec.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, according to the write-up here,
You didn't hear me.
Chuck,
Chuck,
I'm talking about. Yep.
You gotta hold on
Hello?
1 sec. We were in the middle of something, so hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Member Brown, go ahead, finish your question. Or if you were able to see enough of this before we continue.
My question to Mr. Oliver is to access the parking spaces in the back at the very rear. Is there an easement or a joint driveway? Is that what this is?
Yes, it's currently a joint driveway. So currently the adjacent building to the north, to the top of this view, and the existing parcel share the driveway between them. So the proposal is to continue that arrangement, to continue to access the rear parking as well. The parking lot on the adjacent parcel to the north continues further to the north. So there's actually, and Carmen and Jeff can weigh in, there's more than one parcel that uses that access to reach their parking areas at the rear.
Is there a legal easement for that?
That I don't know. Carmen, is there a legal easement there, or is it a sort of an arrangement between the parcels along there?
Yeah, to the best of our knowledge and going by some of the title work that's already been, attempted to be uncovered here, is according to the property owner to the north, which is the Hair in Motion hair salon there, they have told us that there is a recorded easement between our property, theirs, and the additional parcel to the north. We have not been able to locate that. Speaking with our attorneys, we certainly, are aware that there would be an easement in use or a historic easement for this. But we have not been able to discover anything. We've had plenty of conversations with the owner to the north, who has seen the project. We've worked through them with the project, and they have, indicated to us that they're happy to continue the access arrangements that we have right now. In those two spots at the rear of the parcel, we're really just to try to maximize any sort of overflow parking. One of the concerns that the owners, that we had tried to work through was, snow or anything like that come the winter months. So we really do see those as an overflow sort of aspect, with there only being 4 units, and the 8 that we're proposing, a 2-to-1 ratio. We really tried to include them more as a just in case sort of factor.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And my final question, Madam Chair, is, are these for rent or for sale?
Yeah, these are going to be for rent units.
Okay, Ms. Broom, does that answer all your questions? Great, thank you. Okay, Chuck, sorry about that. We were in the middle of something. So did you want to chime in?
No problem. Just give me a minute, okay? If I had Lee is correct, he said that 4-feet fence will not substitute for the landscaping. Yeah, the code allows 4-feet fencing.
Okay, so we have verification that they will still need the landscaping.
Yeah, okay, yep. And there has to be a closed fence, which will be screened. Okay. That's bottom board.
Great, thank you. Mr. Shortcut, did you have something to say? Still here?
Hello? Is the question directed to me?
No, not you, Chuck. We have
Okay.
Jeff Shortcut signed up. Something to say?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry. I think Kevin and Carmen summed it up with all the variances we're requesting are minimal, and I think this would be a great project for the neighborhood.
Great, thank you. I'll move on to Ray Christosic.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
This project came to our committee several times. We engaged the residents on the Edge Hill project behind and the adjoining parcels around the project on several occasions. The project, the building took some different forms. It was farther back on the lot. It was higher. It was 3 units. So after several meetings with the buy-in of the residents behind, we approved the project as presented to you, and we support granting the variances for it to happen. So we are in support of it.
Thank you, Ray. We always appreciate a calm Little Italy agenda item. So thank you very much for your due diligence up front.
We try.
Okay, Mr. Pettit from Landmarks.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This project was reviewed by the Landmarks Commission on June 24th. We approved a certificate of appropriateness. We support the project. We have no objection to the variances being requested. And all that's based on the work that was done at the design review level and the community level.
Great, thank you. City planning, Ms. Scott?
Yes, Madam Chair, Kim Scott, City Planning. I would concur with Mr. Pettit, Landmarks, as well as Little Italy Redevelopment Corporation. Thank you.
Thank you. And last but not least, we'll go to Ms. Parker representing the councilman today.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Madam Chair. Levita Parker from Councilman Griffin's office, representing Council President-elect Griffin, who is supporting the project in Little Italy. The address at 2137 Murray Hill Road. He feels that this is a great asset to the community in Little Italy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so we have support and approval from City Planning, Landmarks, the CDC, as well as the councilman. So board members, if there are no other questions, I will entertain a motion.
Madam Chair, unless my colleagues have any other questions or discussions, I'll move with the motion. Given the overwhelming support from all those parties that you just listed, and the presentation indicating the parking spaces and explanation of the access to them, these are rather typical variances for this neighborhood. So I move that we go ahead and approve them.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Member Brown, I second.
All right, Ms. Brown, second. Call the roll, please, Ms. Cooper.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And that is with the understanding that a variance for section 337.18A regarding proper drainage for the parking, this variance will not be granted today, as they'll be in compliance. All right, I will call the roll. Ms. Barnes?
Ms. Barnes, yes.
Ms. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Fay?
Yes.
Ms. Britt?
Yes.
Calendar 21-180 is granted. It'll be ratified next week, and we will send you a letter.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you, everyone.
Good luck. We'll look forward to seeing it come to fruition.
Are you kidding?
Okay.
Hello?
Has been postponed. Who's that?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hi. I just had a question on that. Are you still on?
On what?
On what? On what? And who's speaking? Who's this?
My name is Barbara Pinzone. And I was a previous person along with the development of the other project that he just did on Prior Court. And with the construction and the people that live there, it was such a hassle for everyone. And now you're putting in this this new unit in the back. I'm just wondering how these people that are living next door, the owners of the Hair in Motion, are supposed to be able to run their business and also have their tenants that live in their buildings accommodated with this driveway being torn up and the construction in the back, and then taking over their property by putting all their equipment and everything all over the place. I've already gone through this. Prior Court is a nightmare going up and down it.
Okay, Ms. Pinzone, we have already deliberated on this case. So those questions with construction and being a good neighbor and where they're going to put the construction equipment, you have to take up with the owner. I'm sure you can go through Mr. Christosic at the CDC to contact the owner to see how you can help resolve your issues. But the case has been adjudicated already. We're moving on to the next one. Okay. All righty.
All right.
We are at Lorraine Ave.
Yes, we are. So this is calendar number 21-182 at 7422 Lorraine Avenue. Emanon White House LLC, Rip Show owner, proposes to expand a non-conforming parking lot in a C2 local retail business district and a pedestrian retail overlay district. The owner appeals for relief from the application of the strict application of the Cleveland Codified Ordinances as stated in the agenda and the public record, of which there are 4. And with that, I will turn it over to Member Brown.
Slide, please. So, thank you. I'm swearing in all those who are present for this case. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Please raise your hand, reply, I do, state your name and your address.
I do. William Ripcho, 7422 Lorraine Avenue, Ripcho Studios.
Anyone else?
There should not be anybody else.
All right, Madam Chair.
Thank you. History of the property, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This property was originally zoned general retail in 1929. In 2010, it was placed in the local retail business district and the pedestrian retail overlay district. I believe that the most pertinent information, Madam Chair, is that in 2018, a permit was issued to demolish a 2-story structure at this address. And that's all that I have, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Legal standard, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. Appellant is requesting area variances from the off-street parking and fence requirements of the zoning code. To obtain the area variances, appellant must prove that denying the request will create a practical difficulty not generally shared by other land or buildings in the same district, will deprive the appellant of substantial property rights, and that granting the variances will not be contrary to the purpose and intent of the zoning code. And I would just like to note for the board's reference that the board cannot grant a variance to number 1, which states that a conditional use permit is required. And it is my understanding that City Planning Commission has already granted that. So you'll be considering 2, 3, and 4.
Thank you, Lori. Okay, go ahead. Ripcho, is that how you say your last name correctly?
Bill Ripcho, Ripcho
Yes.
Studio. We're a 72-year-old business on Lorraine Avenue. I'm second generation. What we have here is a building that used to be at 7422 that was condemned by the city of Cleveland. It was slated to be raised, but I was told they were a little bit behind on tearing the buildings down. Basically, this building was a blight on Lorraine Avenue, hookers, drugs, prostitution, the whole 9 yards. And it was right next to our family business. We bought the building a number of years ago, tore the building down. And as our company, we're a school photography company. We photograph schools, Ohio, Pennsylvania, down to Columbus, Toledo, Pittsburgh, etc. And as our company has grown, we needed more parking. Now we've dealt with the storefront renovation program. And as you look at the pictures, you could see wrought iron fence. The garden is 2 or 3 feet wide. All curbs are cement, not wood. They had us plant trees, decorative lighting, even period correct colors for the front of the studio, which is teal. Everything was told to us what to do by the storefront program. And what we did was raise this condemned building, let the ground settle, and then we just continued what the storefront program wanted us to do. Same fencing, same everything, same gardening, same decorative lighting, the whole 9 yards. I had Borchert Fence handle the fencing, which I've done many times, many projects with. And I had Samco handle the paving, which I've worked with a number of times. Then I found out the boys didn't get a permit. So here I am. I do apologize. I was unaware that it was my responsibility to get the permit, but that's where we stand right now.
Okay, thank you. That was my next question. Like, well, this looks like this is done already. Okay.
Yeah. Done very nicely too, I may add.
Yes. Liz, do we have anyone for city planning for this case?
I believe Ms. Leonard will be representing city planning.
Okay, Shannon.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Shannon Leonard, City Planning, filling in for Maurice today. So this project came before City Planning Commission about 2 weeks ago. They were approved for the conditional use for the driveway over a public sidewalk, as well as a off-street parking within the first 40 feet. This project was actually an expansion of a storefront renovation program that took place about 10 or 11 years ago. I'm not sure if Mr. Ripcho just stated that, but this is really just an expansion. And like he said, he thought that his contractors had gotten the proper permits. And so this has been completed. It's an exact formation of the previous parking lot. And so really they just expanded exactly what was there that was designed by the storefront renovation program from 10 years ago. And so city planning does support this business and its expansion of its parking lot. Obviously, we wish that they got their permits previously, but again, the applicant was not aware that his contractors did not do so.
Okay, thank you. Board, any questions? If not, I will entertain a motion.
Madam Chair, it appears that we have no questions from my colleagues, so I'll go ahead with a motion. This is one of those cases where it's forgiveness, not permission, but the project has been very nicely done. And as Ms. Leonard just stated, has the support of city planning. So I move that we go ahead and approve these variances for Mr. Ripcho.
Thank you. Can I have a second, please?
Member Brown, I second.
All right, Ms. Brown, second. Go ahead, call the roll, Cooper.
Ms. Barnes? I'm sorry, I didn't hear Ms. Barnes.
Ms. Barnes, yes.
Thank you. Ms. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Bates?
Yes.
Ms. Britt?
Yes.
Calendar 21-182 is granted. It'll be ratified next week, and we will send the appellant a letter.
Slides. Go to old business, Drew.
Thank you very much. Am I clear now?
You are clear. Thank you.
Okay. Have a great day. Thank you.
You too.
Let's hope your business goes to
Madam
a third
Chair?
generation, Mr. Gripko.
Well, we have two at Chicago Loyola right now, one in MBA, one in a senior year, and one of them better take over the company.
Yeah, there you go. Good deal. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Madam Chair, this is Liz.
Yes.
I do see that there are others that are logged in today. Perhaps we should announce the postponements again.
Yeah, I do see a couple of names I'm not familiar with. So yes, go ahead.
Okay, Madam Chair, thank you. Calendar 21-181 regarding East 65th Street. That case was postponed to January 24th. Calendar 21-188 regarding 11811 Shaker Boulevard. That case has also been postponed to January 24th. Anyone that's received a letter will receive a letter again about 2 weeks before the next hearing. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. All right, on to old business. All right, old business 6 and 7 without objection, board.
Without objection.
Objection.
Thank you. And then we have an affirmation for calendar number 20-185 without objection.
Without objection.
Thank you. All right. Well, that concludes us for today.
All right.
Thank you.
Great to
Thank
see everyone.
Yep. Everyone have a good week.
Liz, are you feeling better?
Oh, much better. Thank you.
And